Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Can two different poly strings play well together? That is the question. Okay guys, can two polyester, copolyester, any kind of ester string play well together? Okay, so I got my man Coach Goo here, got my man Coach Chris here. We got Coach Goo's new Blade Pro here. We could talk about switching again on another video, but this is now Coach Goo's racket of preference today. Okay, now what we did with his racket is we know that he normally plays with Confidential 16L, just like me, at 57 pounds. But what we did today, since this plane is here.
Hey, plane.
That's like a
This is different. This is
what are you doing?
Hey, like, tips on the wings.
Red Baron, man. All right, so we know Coach Goo uses Confidential by Solinco 16L. His tension is 57, okay? He got a new stick here that we're gonna be talking about in another day. Blade Pro 1619, okay? Now, the question is though, would the racket still play the same, if not better, if we hybrided the strings with two different types of poly or copoly strings? Therefore, the question by a viewer is, what if I put Confidential on one side and Torbite on the other? So we did that with Coach Goo's right here. We got the Confidential 16L going down on the mains, and then we got the Torbite 16L going across the sides. So we're gonna give that a test right now and tell you if it actually works. Stay tuned. I wanted to swing, but I was like, man, don't do it. All right, so we just got off the court with the hybrid and hybrid string, both from Solinco. Coach Goo, what'd you think?
Honestly, I was genuinely surprised with this. I would never ever think about doing a hybrid on poly strings, like especially on a full bed. I'm used to like gut or like a softer string on it on the crosses. But overall, I mean, it's not a bad string. I'll probably loosen up the tensions a little bit more. But overall, genuinely surprised. It did pocket when it hit clean. It did pocket pretty well. And I mean, I would kind of experiment with kind of like loosening up the crosses or the mains. So my regular tension on this wouldn't work as much, but if I probably loosened it up, I think it would pocket even more and feel a lot better in my hands. But overall, like, genuinely really surprised. And I did like it a lot. So back to you, Harry.
All right. Coach Chris, what did you think?
Interesting to blend or to have a hybrid with polys. I don't think I've ever used a hybrid racket with polys before. It was either a poly and a synthetic gut, but I felt like that the mains for me were a little bit too soft. I would probably prefer the Torbite on the mains, and then on the crosses, the confidential. I feel like I can pocket. I feel like I could pocket it a little bit more. I like playing with Torbite, so I would like to try that one out. But hitting with this, I did feel like, again, it was a little bit on the softer side. I did feel a little bit more of a bite too, but I think the firmer string would be the Torbite, so I would definitely feel like I would get a little bit more bite out of the ball if it was strung that way. So, yeah.
All right. So Coach Chris likes it harder on the main, a little softer on the cross. As you guys may know, the confidential is slightly softer than the Torbite. So Coach Chris, as you guys probably don't know, switched to Torbite now in the 16L. Coach Goose still using confidential. So therefore, he feels that a little more. When you cross it with a stiffer string, it just firms it up a bit. But the main thing you will feel is that main. Okay, now Coach Chris here is not used to the softer main. He's used to the firmer all around. Therefore, this might be a little too soft for you, right? And you're not used to that soft pocketing feel, the plusher feel. You're used to a little firmer, stiffer snapback. So Coach Andrew, would you consider doing this permanently?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, this is a great pattern for me. I mean, it's interesting. I get a little more bite. I used to play with Torbite back in college, but after, coaching and I'm trying to save my arm for crying out loud. But it does provide a little more bite, which I wasn't expecting. So, I mean, yeah, I think I permanently might switch to this or just try to experiment more around with it.
Coach Chris, would you consider this?
Yeah, like I said, I would definitely try the string pattern out with the blend of confidential and Torbite. But like I said, I would probably want it a little bit on the Torbite on the mains and then confidential on the crosses, just because I prefer a little bit of a firmer string on it. So, yeah.
Okay. I didn't mind it. I'm just so used to what I'm used to, which is just the confidential, that I probably wouldn't do it. But I know people who do this. Andre Dome does this, and I did ask him about why he does it and how he does it. And he says the confidential lasts longer and it's a bit softer. So that's why he does it. And he's done it for, 2 years now. So I think he's the one that started this mix. I know that the guy who contacted me about possibly doing this, I've done this in the past with other strings and I wasn't successful, but you have to actually experiment with, different types of polys to see and find the combination that you would like. So usually it's a soft and a soft or a hard and a soft, and you have to find the combination that works best for you. Okay, so in this experiment, I feel that it's a success and this does work, right? So I want to thank my man, Coach Goo, for hanging out with me today and trying this combination. Where can we find you, Goo?
You can find me at agu.tennis. I'll also be posting content there as well.
All right, I want to also thank my man, Coach Chris. Where can we find you, Chris?
You can find me at CB Chen Tennis.
All right. Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.
What did I say? I said don't hit me.